Okay, 159. If you take the inner sigma, it is Q equal to 1 to 10 sine 2Q pi by 11 minus I cos 2Q pi by 11 whole power p. We'll see later. Let us simplify this. Okay. Generally, we are more comfortable with cis, so I'll take minus I common. If I take minus I common, I'll get 1 by minus I, which will be I only. I into sine 2Q pi by 11 plus cos 2Q pi by 11, which is cis 2Q pi by 11. So I can take minus I outside and open this up and put this. We are going to get cis 2 pi by 11, cis 4 pi by 11, so on up to cis 20 pi by 11. What are all these things? Cis 2 pi by 11, cis 4 pi by 11, cis 6 pi by 11, cis 20 pi by 11. Of course, there in GP, I can use GP formula, but without that, when you look at all these things, you should be remembering something, right? Online people, can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, what are all these cis 2 pi by 11, cis 4 pi by 11, 6 pi by 11, 20 pi by 11? 11th roots of unity, cis 2 pi by n. Okay, these are all 10th roots, 11th roots of unity except one. One is missing. We know sum of the 11th roots of unity is 0. If one is missing, the sum will be minus 1. Alright. Okay. So this whole sum is becoming minus 1. Minus I into minus 1, which is I. So the inner sigma is simply I. From here to here, how it is minus 1? Is either because sum of 11th roots of unity, or you can use geometric progression formula. The first time is this, common ratio is 2 pi by 11, number of terms are 10. A into 1 minus r power 1 by 1 minus r, do it, you got the same thing. Okay, now coming to the full question, it is sigma p equal to 1 to 32, 3p plus 2 into the inner sigma became I whole power p. When I expand this, when you put p equal to 1, it is 5i. When I take p equal to 2, it is 7 into minus 1 I square. And when you take 9 into I cube minus I. When you take 11, that is p equal to 4, it is I power 4, 1. Huh? 8. Oh, common difference is 3, sorry. When I put 2, it is 8. So 8, 11, and 14. Sorry. Okay. Next 4 things when you take, let us see what happens. You will get 17 into I, 20 into minus 1, and 23 into minus I, and 26 into 1, so on. This is I square, I cube, I power 4, I power 5, I power 6, I power 7, I power 8. After every 4, it repeats, you know. That is the first 4 things together, what is the value? We have minus 8 and 14. 14 minus 8 will be 6. And 5i minus 11i will be 6i, minus 6i. You will get 6 minus 6i. Next 4 things also will come obviously same, because 26 minus 20, basically the difference of this and this is twice the common difference, which is 6. Similarly, this minus this is also twice the common difference. So you are going to get another 6 minus 6i. So when you write all the 32 terms, first 4 terms together 6 minus 6i, next 4 terms also together 6 minus 6i, next 4 terms also 6 minus 6i, like that. How many 6 minus 6i will come? 8, because 4 things one group, like that, you will get 8 such groups. So again 6 minus 6i, like this, 8 times only, which is 8 into 6 minus 6i. These are some of the positive mains questions for advanced. All right. Okay, 160. Z power 10 minus Z power 5 minus 992 equal to 0. They want to know how many roots of this have negative real parts. Obviously, this will have 10 roots because it's a 10th degree equation. Anyway, it is a simple quadratic, nothing difficult. I can find the roots. For me, roots are not so important. I'll tell you why. But can anybody tell me how to write 992 as product of two numbers whose sum is -1? Which will the gap should be 1. Is it possible to write? Not possible, also not a big issue. But let us do prime factorization. 992 if I divide it 2, 2 4s are 8, 19 as are 18, 2 4 96. 2 2 4 8.
31 into 32, sir.
Which one?
31 into 32.
31 into 32. Achha, thank you. So Z power 10 minus 32, Z power 5 plus 31, Z power 5, and this is 31 into 32. Okay, so I can take 31 common. It is actually Z power 5 minus 32 into Z power 5 plus 31 equal to 0. Z power 5 32 or minus 31. Now, actually for why I said the numbers are not important, because I know the roots of this are real numbers, because product of the roots is negative. When product of the roots is negative, can roots be complex in a quadratic equation? There is a quadratic expression. That means you studied in quadratic equations some concept about it. Not important. I'm just talking about. Okay, let us say ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay. I want to have both roots of this should be greater than 5. Okay. This is a quadratic equation. A not equal to 0. What is the condition for this quadratic equation to have two roots which are both more than 5? Anyone want to give an idea how are you going to check? Can I check some of the roots greater than 10 and that is minus b by a greater than 10 and product of the root c by a should be greater than 25. Is it okay? Greater than or equal to. I said greater than 5 only. Okay. I'm not saying equal to, greater than I'm saying. Product of the roots is greater than 25, sum of the roots is greater than 10. No. That is not correct. Why? Let us, I'll take one root as 1, one root as 100. What is sum of the roots? Greater than 10. What is product of the roots? Greater than 100 or greater than 25? Doesn't mean both roots are more than 5. Okay, so just because sum of the roots is greater than 10 and product of the roots is more than 25 doesn't mean both roots are more than 5. Right? It's not sufficient to check something. Anyway, we studied in quadratic equation, might have forgotten. But even if you check to write those things properly, how to check? After that also, what is the guarantee that roots are real? I can have complex roots, 7 plus 100i, 7 minus 100i. What is sum of the roots? 14, which is greater than 10. What is the product of the roots? 7 square plus 100 square, which is greater than 25. Just because sum is greater than 10 and product is greater than 25, don't think roots are real. Roots can be complex. So you have to first of all make sure roots are real. Okay. But when product of the roots is negative, roots cannot be complex. Why? Always complex roots exist in conjugate pairs. If alpha plus I beta is a root, alpha minus I beta will be a root, and the product will be alpha square plus beta square. Product of roots can't be negative. So when product of roots is negative, definitely roots are real, and not just real. One should be positive and one should be negative. So without finding exact numbers, okay, I can tell that this has two roots. It has one positive real number as one root, one negative real number as one root. That is sufficient for me. Okay, I don't need further. Okay, now these things, I know how to find square root of, that is fifth roots or nth roots of any complex number. Instead of finding them, I wanted to show in the figure where are they. For example, fifth roots of 1, you can nicely see in the figure like this. Take a unit circle. This is origin and this is 1. Taking this as a vertex, draw a regular pentagon. Okay, and join all of them to the center. You know, this angle is 2 pi by 5, this is 2 pi by 5, this is 2 pi by 5, this is 2 pi by 5. This is 6 2 pi by 5, this is 6 4 pi by 5, this is 6 8 pi by 5, 6 pi by 5, this is 6 8 pi by 5. All these are fifth roots of unity. I can tell these three have positive real part because they are on the positive x-axis side. These two have negative real parts, right? Very easily. This has 5 roots. In that 2 has negative real parts, 3 have positive real parts. Done. I don't have to find them. Okay. What if minus 31 you take or some other number, or even you take minus 1? When you take minus 1, these are fifth roots of unity. These are fifth roots of minus 1. One obvious root is minus 1 here. So your pentagon vertex is not here, it will be this side. And it will be like this. Okay. So 3 roots will have negative real part and 2 will have positive real part. So 3 here, 2 here. Total how many? 5 roots. I don't have to find them. If you want to tell them, I will tell you what they are. This is actually 2 power 5. I can write 32. This is 2. Here I wrote 1, but that is when I take equal to 1 here. What I shown in the figure is fifth roots of unity. If you want fifth roots of 32, just multiply with 2. That's all. So this is 2. This is 2. This is 2 pi by 5. So the answers are 2 is 4 pi by 5. 2 is 6 pi by 5. These are the ones which have negative real part. Others will have 2 is 8 pi by 5. 2 is 2 will have positive real part. Coming to this is of course I have to write fifth root of 31 into this pi actually. I don't want to take. No, I want to take that, right? So minus of fifth root of 51 is one answer. These two are minus fifth root of 31. I can tell the angle if somebody wants. This is pi by 5. This is 2 pi by 5. It will be 3 pi by 5. This is 3 pi by 5. This is actually 5 pi by 5. This 5 pi by 5 is this pi, which is minus 1, not minus of this. Okay. Let me write in order. This is going to be fifth root of 31 into this 3 pi by 5. This is going to be fifth root of 31 into this 5 pi by 5. And then fifth root of 35 into this 7 pi by 5. This is going to become minus 1. That's how this point will come. Okay. So I got 2 here, 3 here, 5 roots. That's it. I don't want to find the roots. From the figure only I can tell. Is everybody clear in this room? Or anybody any objection or any doubt regarding this? No. Online, anybody has any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Okay, 161. Sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1 mod z1 omega power k z2 whole square. Okay. Sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1 mod z1 plus z2 whole square is mod z1 square plus this into this conjugate z1 into omega power k z2 conjugate plus z1 conjugate into omega power k z2 plus mod omega power k z2 square. I think everybody knows this formula mod z1 plus z2 whole square. What is the formula, right? Anybody want to tell me how this formula came? I'm not asking what is the formula, how the formula is derived. Anybody?
Z1 plus Z2 into Z1 plus Z2 conjugates.
Yeah. Z into Z conjugate is mod Z square. It's such a simple point, right? In complex numbers, many things are very, very simple point. For example, Z plus Z conjugate is 2 times real part of Z. Or Z conjugate whole conjugate is Z only. All are very small, small things. But they are using sometimes in big questions. The question solution may be big, but every step is very small. Okay. Anyway, Z into Z conjugate is mod Z square. So based on this, mod this whole square, I can write Z1 plus Z2 into its conjugate. Z1 plus Z2 conjugate. Expand this, we'll get Z1 into Z1 conjugate, which is mod 1 square. Z1 into Z2 conjugate, Z2 into Z1 conjugate, and Z2 into Z2 conjugate is mod Z2 square. Okay, so sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1. This is mod Z1 square. This is Z1, Z2 conjugate into omega conjugate power k or omega k power conjugate, doesn't matter anything. Here it is Z1 conjugate Z2 into omega power k. Here mod omega power k square into mod Z2 square. But this is 1. Why? They said omega here is nth root of unity. The magnitude will be 1 only. So this will be 1. Now when I expand the sigma now, I'll put k equal to 0, k equal to 1, k equal to 2. This is same mod z1 square, mod z1 square, mod z1 square. We'll get n times because 0 to n minus 1 is n times. So n times mod z1 square. Coming to this, I'll get z1, z2 conjugate. When you put 0, I'll get 1 plus omega conjugate plus omega square conjugate, omega cube conjugate, omega power n minus 1 conjugate. And for this, I'll get z1 conjugate z2 into 1 plus omega square, omega cube, omega power n minus 1. And this one, mod z2 square plus mod z2 square plus mod z2 square n times. So n times mod z2 square. This and this are 0 because these are all nth roots of unity. Sum of nth roots of unity is 0, including 1. Everything is there completely. So this is 0. When you apply conjugate, 0 conjugate is also 0. So that is also 0. That's it. N into mod z1 square plus mod z2 square. So these questions are based on nth roots of complex number or unity, even the previous one and the present one, even the next one. Somebody said something I could not hear clearly. Okay. Any doubt from here to here?
No, sir.
No. From here to here also, I think one should not have any doubt. Okay. From here to here, just expand it to the sigma. You have to put k equal to 0, k equal to 1, k equal to 2, like that we'll get n such things. You have to add. But here there is no k. So in all, whether you put k equal to 0 or 1, this is going to come mod z1 square plus mod z1 square n times. That's how this became n times this. Like this became n times. This one you put k as 0 once, k as 1, k as 2, add all those things. In that this will come common. We'll be left with all these things. Here also, put k equal to 0, k equal to 1, k equal to 2. This will come common. This will become 1 time 1 time omega, 1 time omega square, 1 time this. But the question is given, now omega is nth root of unity. If omega is nth root of unity, omega square, if omega is 2 pi by n, omega square is 4 pi by n. So all these are nth roots of unity without missing anything in order. So their sum is 0. This is also 0. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 162. Okay, tomorrow I think most probably also I have 2 classes tomorrow also, 11 to 1. Tomorrow I'll take 1 hour complex numbers and 1 hour definite integrals. So I wanted to take, but this recording and all, very difficult to manage all that. But tomorrow online only, na? Okay, after 1 hour I can easily, you'll have all the books and can easily change. Okay, here alpha is given is 2 pi by 7, which is 7th root of unity. And f of x, let me write the full details of that. It is a1, a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube, so on up to a20x power 20. Now what they want is f of x plus f of alpha x, f of alpha power 6x, so on. What is f of alpha x? Let us see. That is a0, a1 into alpha x, a2 into alpha x whole square, a3 into alpha x whole cube, a20 into alpha x whole power 20. If I take f of alpha square x, it will be a0, a1 into alpha square x, a2 into alpha square x whole square, a3 into alpha square x whole cube, so on up to a20 into alpha square x whole power 20. If you want f of alpha cube x, you will get a0 plus a1 into alpha cube x, a2 into alpha cube x whole square, 3 into alpha cube x whole cube, so on, a20 alpha cube x whole power 20. Similarly, you can put 4 and 5 and 6. They want up to f of alpha power 4x something, f of alpha power 5x something, f of alpha power 6x something. Total 7 things. When I add, let us see what happens. So the question is sum of all these things. Sigma r equal to 0 to 6 f of alpha power r x. When you add a0 plus a0 plus a0, how many times you are adding?
7 times.
7 times. So 7 a0. In all these things, if I take a1x common, I will get 1 plus alpha square plus alpha cube, so on up to alpha power 6. Anyone want to tell why this sum is 0?
7th roots of unity. Sir.
Yeah,
Alpha is equals to
sum
7th
of
root
them
of
is
unity.
0. Okay. Not only that, let us see the next one, a2 of x, a2 of x square common. That is going to be 1 plus alpha square whole square, alpha cube whole square, so on up to alpha power 6 whole square. Anybody want to tell me why this sum is 0? Even 1 you can write 1 square if you want. When you take nth roots of unity, is it only sum of the roots is 0 or sum of the squares is also 0? Sum of the cubes also, sum of the power 4s also? Is everything 0? Okay, let me write here and I'll erase it. Okay. Okay, we know 1 alpha square, alpha cube, alpha power 4, alpha power 5, alpha power 6. These are the 7th roots of unity. where alpha is 2 pi by 7. First of all, their sum is 0. Anybody want to tell a proof of that? Sum of nth roots of unity is 0. How will you prove that? Any answer? These are all 7th roots of unity. Why their sum should be 0 first of all? Online, anybody want to answer? Okay.
That's a geometric progression, and sum is 1 minus alpha power n by 1 minus alpha. Alpha power n is 1.
This is a geometric progression. We can take sum of the n terms a into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. So we'll get 1 into 1 minus alpha power 7 by 1 minus alpha. But alpha power 7 is 1 because alpha is 7th root of unity means alpha power 7 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 by non-zero number, it is 0. Another way is you take x power 7 minus 1 equal to 0. For this, these are all roots, na? For a polynomial, if roots are there, what is sum of the roots? The next, this is a leading term, the next term coefficient by this coefficient with a minus. But x power 6 is missing, so coefficient is 0. That's why sum is 0. Right. Okay. Sum of the roots is 0. You can do any one of these explanations. Sum of the squares of all the roots is also 0 for 7th roots. Why? That from theory of equation is difficult. By geometric progression is very, very easy. Why? For this, when you take square of everything, square here, 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 it is a geometric progression, but common ratio is not alpha, it is alpha square. So I can write this as 1 minus alpha square whole power 7 by 1 minus alpha square. A into 1 minus alpha power n by this. Earlier alpha power 7 is 1. Now it is alpha square power 7, which you can write alpha power 7 whole square. That is also 1. 1 minus 1, it is 0. Right? Okay. So that's why not only sum of the 7th roots of unity is 0, sum of the squares is also 0. If I take cubes, is it 0? Yes, I'll get alpha power 7 whole cube, which is still 0. If I take 4, power 4, will it become 0? If I take power 5 everywhere, will it come 0? If I take power 6 everywhere, will it come 0? If I take power 7 everywhere, will it come 0? No. Up to 6 fine, but 7 is not fine. Why? When I take power 7 here, what is alpha power 7? We are talking about 7th roots of unity.
1,
Alpha power 7 will be
1.
1. What is alpha square power 7? 1. Alpha cube power 7? 1. If everything is 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, how can it be 0? Rather, it is 7 itself. Am I right? Then one may say, no, I'm using geometric progression formula. I'll get 1 minus alpha power 7 whole power 7 by 1 minus alpha power 7. Because common ratio is alpha power 7 when you do power 7 everywhere. And there are 7 terms. This is 1, 1 power anything is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. What is wrong? Denominator is also 0. Then one may say 0 by 0, what is this? That is because you cannot use the formula. A plus AR square so on up to A into R power n minus 1. Is it always A into 1 minus R power n by 1 minus R, or is there any restriction? Common ratio should not be 1. It can be more than 1, it can be less than 1, but it should not be 1. Only when common ratio is not equal to 1. Because if common ratio is 1, it is 0 by 0, not defined. And when common ratio is 1, you don't need a formula because this will be A. AR also will be A. AR square also A. You'll get A plus A plus A plus A n times. It will be n A. Right? Okay. So when you take 7th roots of unity, you take their sum, it is 0. Some of their squares, it is 0. Some of their cubes is 0. Some of their power 4 is also 0. But when you take power 7 everywhere, the answer is 7. When you take power 8 everywhere, 0 only. Because you'll get 8 here, 8 here, that is 8 here, 8 here, and 7 here. This is not 1, I can use it, and it is 0. When you take power 9, 0. Power 10, 0. If you take power 14, it will be 7 again. It is not 0. Because alpha power 14 will be 1. Alpha square power 14 will be 1. That means when you take 1 power p, alpha power p, alpha square power p for all the nth roots of unity, answer is 0 provided the p is not a multiple of n. When it's a multiple of n, answer is n itself. It is an IP question in your last exercise in De Moivre's theorem, isn't it? Online people are able to recollect the question in IP you done last
Yes, sir.
exercise? Yeah. Okay, now coming back to this, please see carefully. When I add a naught plus a naught plus a naught, it's 7a naught. When you take a1x common, I'll get 1 plus alpha square, that is sum of the 7th roots of unity, which is 0. Here, when you take a2x square and a2 alpha x whole square, a2 alpha, if you take a2x square common, what you get is sum of the squares of 7th roots of unity, that is also 0. Next one is also 0. Next one is also 0. But after some time, you will not get 0. Which time is that? 7.
7 and 14.
When you take a7 x power 7 common, what you get is 1 plus alpha power 7, alpha square power 7, alpha cube power 7, so on. That is, this is 1, this is 1, this one is going to be 7. You're going to get 7 a7 x power 7. Okay. So just to have, I don't have place, so I'm writing here. So I should take the next three things, alpha power 4, alpha power 5, alpha power 6, and add them. Then that is my question, sigma are equal to 0 to, what is the question, f of alpha power rx 0 to 6, that something is the question. A naught, when you add, you'll get 7 a naught. Please understand, when I add all these things, 0 will come. Why 0? I explained, but I erased it. All these things, it is 0, 0, 0. This is what power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4, power 5, power 6. When I take power 7, you'll get 7 times a7 x power 7. Again 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 6 times. Next 14, 14 a14 x power 14, because all are, no, it's not 14, this is 7 only. You'll get a14 x power 14 7 times. Okay. Next again all are 0. The next thing that will come again like this is a21, which is not there in my list. I'm stopping at 20. Okay. So this is mainly based on that nth roots of unity, that sum of them is 0. Sum of their squares is 0. As long as the power is not a multiple of n, it is 0. When the power is multiple of n, it is n itself. So answer is this part, and this part. So here that answer is 7. 7 into a naught plus a7 x power 7 plus a14 x power 14. Actually, all these questions we wanted to shift to advanced material. Somehow we just kept as mains level 2. Okay, so we're discussing advanced material only here. JMS application process started, right? Okay. So don't think 1 month time is there. Okay. Apply at the earliest. All right. Anyway, you have to do it, right? Why not do it at the earliest? Okay. Generally paying the bills and all, okay, and applying and all, better to in the beginning. Then it will be always, okay. And later on, this is one thing I want to tell. Of course, COVID situation, I don't know what they do it, but after JEE means your May exam and all is over. Okay. When you have to apply again for JEE advanced, okay, those who apply earlier, they will get in Visakhapatnam only. But those who apply little late, many times they'll get Bhubaneswar, Berhampur, and some other places. Okay. So when you apply for JEE Advanced, especially later on, you apply at the earliest. Those who apply late, they will. Let us say they got some centers, okay, and some 1,000 people in each center. Let's say some 300 people are left when they don't have a center in Vizag. So for 300 people, they don't want to take a center. They will arrange in other places. The last 300, like that, okay, from that place. So be careful with that. That is one thing. And second thing is when you are finally when your mains rank is released after all the four things, okay. Some people who get a good main score, they may get good advanced rank also. They can see that later on. IIIT Hyderabad, okay, is a very good college. It is on par with IIT Mumbai, okay, and difficult to get seat. Your main score should be very, very good. IIIT Hyderabad has some other ways to entry, okay, but they are not for 4 years BTech courses. They are for very few seats for some other things. And the separate test for IIIT Hyderabad includes coding and some other, at least some, you should have some knowledge of computer science, not about maths or physics or chemistry. And the joinings also will take place in some particular branches like linguistics and some other things, not the core things, okay? So don't worry about, that means you can look at the details, other ways to enter IIIT Hyderabad. But to get the good branches, it has to be very good score in JEE mains, all right? And they don't have any reservation, okay? So your NTA score, the final rank that they give based on that, or your percentile finally, they will take admission based on that. And they don't wait for your advanced exam to be conducted and that rank to come and all, okay? So if you feel that after my advanced rank comes, then I'll apply, by the time will be over, okay? So if your mains rank is reasonably good, after your mains rank comes, apply for that, okay? If your advanced rank is very good, you don't have to join. If your advanced rank is good, depending on that situation, all right? But studies are very tough there, much tougher than IITs, okay? And your BTech first year and second year, you will not be able to sleep more than 4.5 hours. I'm telling before, they'll give a lot of work, okay? But those who do that much work, later on in their profession, they will do very well, okay? So the teaching is, and the projects they give and all is even better than IIT Mumbai, I should say, okay? Even those who get very good rank, I prefer they join here than IIT Mumbai. That much good coaching is there, okay? So if you are serious, then only you should. So first of all, you should get a very good main score, and after that, depending on your IIT rank, you can choose or not, but you have to apply separately. It is not in JOSA, okay? JOSAA, Joint Seat Allocation Authority, okay? What is this JOSA is, after you get your advanced ranks, okay? Both including your mains rank and advanced rank, okay? Within this JOSA site, all IITs and NITs, you can apply, okay? They'll give you choices. First, I want, let's say, computer science in IIT Mumbai. Second, I want this. Like that, you have to put your choices, okay? And depending on your rank, that is, whoever got first rank, whatever they opted, they'll give that seat. Let us say somebody got 100th rank and they want IIT Mumbai computer science, but that is already filled. What is their second choice? They'll give that seat. You know that seat allocation, right? Okay. So this JOSA will take care the admissions based on mains and advanced rank, joining in all NITs and IITs. Few other deemed universities which are under JOSA. Okay, there are few universities like that. Okay, but there are some other colleges. They are not under JOSA, but they take your admissions based on JEE mains rank. Okay. For example, I think if you get a very good JEE mains rank and you go to Geetham and I want to join for JEE mains, they may take you, but it is not under JOSA. Understand? Okay. They may even give some concession or something. Okay. But like the IIIT Hyderabad is not under JOSA. Okay. There are some other IIITs which are under that NIT's group, JOSA group. Okay. IIIT Hyderabad, you have to apply separately, but using your JEE mains score, you have to send the details or something. There are some other universities also which take admissions separately based on JEE mains or advanced. You have to see that. One more thing, I should tell this to Stanley sir also, very important. Some of you may choose to write JEE mains paper 2. Okay, this is for joining architecture in NITs. JEE mains paper 2 is only for joining architecture in NITs, architecture and B planning, 3 branches. Okay, B Plan, and B Design in NITs. Of course, there is also an exam called USEED. That is for joining B design in some of the IITs. Okay. Uh, Apart from that, if you want to join architecture in IITs, you have to get an advanced rank. After that, there will be one aptitude test. You have to write that. And in that, the rank is not important. You have to qualify. If you qualify among those people who qualified that aptitude test after JEE Advanced, based on the JEE Advanced rank, they'll give seats. They are in Roorkee and few places architecture is there. Okay. Joining architecture in IITs is different. And joining architecture in other places like Andhra University and many other colleges, they have NATA. One exam is there. Okay. So for architecture, there are 3 exams. That is architecture related exams. One is after JEE Advanced aptitude test for joining architecture in IITs, and UCEED for joining B design courses in IITs separate. NATA is for joining many architecture courses in many universities together. But within NITs, if you want to join architecture, you have to write JEE Mains paper 2. Okay. Some people who don't want to join architecture also, they may prefer to write JEE Mains paper 2. You know why? JEE Mains paper 2 has only maths, no physics or chemistry. It also has some architecture related questions. They'll give some figures and ask front view, top view, and some type of reasoning related to architecture. Okay. There are some 10-15 questions asked about something you should know something about architecture there. For example, they may ask, okay, Indian Parliament is constructed in the similar lines to which particular monument or something like that. Or they may ask which type of, there are different types of marbles and they have names, I don't know all that. They may say particular, that the Taj Mahal is constructed by using which kind of marble. Or who is the architect for, let us say, some particular famous building in India. Okay, they will give 4 names. Or they will give 4 names and ask which of the following is a famous architect. None of them is famous because I don't know them. But those are in architecture, they know them. I'm just telling you. Okay. Like, this famous is, nobody's famous, frankly, I'll tell you. Okay. For example, even somebody get, let's say, All India 1 in JEE Advanced. Okay. That year, those who wrote, some people will say, others they don't even bother, right? And one particular day, GATE result will come. One particular day, CA results will come. Will you bother who will get first rank? We don't even care. Am I right or not? So, no, we think they are famous, but nobody's famous, frankly. The world goes on without us. But anyway, like that, there are some 10-15 questions are there. But to tell you frankly, even those who really want architecture 6 also, they also don't know answers to those questions. They will look at the previous paper, something if they come similar, they will write. Okay. But I have seen every year, those are good in maths. Even if they, of course, they have drawing paper also. Even if drawing is very good, very bad, sorry. If your maths is good, you'll get excellent rank, better than those who are drawing very well. Okay. So some colleges, they will take the toppers, okay, who will get very good mains rank in JEE Mains paper 1. Still, they'll ask them to write paper 2. Okay. Even if their drawing is very bad. You know why? Within paper 2, they'll get first rank. And in the newspaper, they can write 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 10, 10, 10. You know that. Okay. So like that, they make them write. Okay. Their drawing, whatever they written, doesn't matter, they'll get good. Okay. So the reason I'm telling is, somebody is not interested in joining architecture, still you can choose to write where within that you can get very good rank. Okay. When you become old, at least you can tell your children, in one exam I got very good rank below 10 or below 20. It's not paper 1. Okay. Or you can have some satisfaction. But one important point I want to tell, this is for those who are planning to seriously write JEE Mains paper 2. Actually want to join architecture. Is that there are 3 slots in that. You can apply for BR or B planning or both. Something is there like that, right? Okay. Those who apply for BR, exam is only for 3 hours. And that is on 2 different days it may be there. Those who apply for B planning, also only 3 hours. Those who apply for BR and B planning, it is for 3.5 hours. Okay. In a particular slot, it will be there. Okay. Now, this is like a cheating, but I'll tell you within the rules. Okay. That is, you are interested only in BR. To apply for BR and B planning, you'll get half an hour extra, but don't attempt planning paper. Attempt your architecture paper, will get more time, you'll get a better rank. Okay. Last year, I just noticed, I told the children and they managed to use it properly. Okay. I should tell this to Stanley sir so that he'll tell in other sections. You understood what I'm saying? Okay. And all of you know, okay, for general category boys, it is how much? 650. For everybody else, 325 rupees. Okay, so you are paying for others, frankly. General category boys are paying for girls, paying for all reservation students together. Am I correct or no? Okay. So all of you general category boys, you are very generous. You are helping others to write the exams. Thank you. I think compared to last year, I don't know, fees they decreased, I guess, because you are writing 4 times, they don't want to give too much fees. Because if I remember last year fees is 1,000 rupees, I think. I'm not sure, I'd ask somebody. But fees is decreased instead of increased. All right. Anyway, when you enter all the details carefully. Don't enter wrong. Don't be in a rush. Okay. You may do silly mistakes in exam. Don't do silly mistakes in application. Okay. See your surname, your Aadhaar and certificates, what name is there, and all those details. Sorry if I wasted some time talking about all these things, but I felt it is useful. Anybody already applied? No. Anybody is planning to apply for JMS paper 2? Okay. In online, anybody is there? Who is that girl? Tanisha or somebody from first year career point? What is your name? You said you wanted to prepare for architecture. What is your name? Anybody in this class studied first year career point? In the beginning and parents meeting or something, your mother said you are interested in architecture. Who is that? Something name starting with T, I forgot. Okay, this is ACB 90 degrees. This is Z3, this is Z2, and this is Z1. UCT exam is over or is when application is over, but exam is not over. All right. Okay, so what they want here, it is right angle isosceles. I did not draw an isosceles triangle. Sorry. Okay. It is Tejasvi, I think the name just now joined. It's okay. So this is a right angle isosceles triangle where these two lengths are equal. This angle is 90. So other day we have seen for Z1, Z2, Z3 to be. Other day we have seen for Z1, Z2, Z3 to be vertices of equilateral triangle. What is the condition, right? Okay, like that here for them to be right angled isosceles triangle, that too with right angle at Z3. Okay. They gave some answers. Okay. I'm going to discuss two methods for this. And we don't even know whether they're clockwise like this, clockwise like this. That is, for example, Z1 can be here also. Z1 can be here or here. Z3, Z2, Z1 order can be clockwise or anti-clockwise. Our answer should take care of both, not just one order, right? Okay. Now, if I take this vector and this vector, I can say CA bar, we can get from CB bar by rotating by 90 degrees with the same magnitude, right? If the lengths are different, I have to magnify it also. But now I can write CA bar is simply CB bar into I. Another way of writing same thing is CA bar means OA minus OC. So Z1 minus Z3. This is for, okay, I can better to write like this. Cis plus or minus 90 degrees. If it is this CA bar, I have to rotate 90 degrees anti-clockwise. If this CA bar, I can rotate clockwise. So it will be either cis 90 or cis minus 90. Both I have to take care. So Z1 minus Z3 is equal to what is CB, OB minus OC. Z2 minus Z3 into plus or minus I. How to take care of both? Square it, both are taken care. Z1 minus Z3 whole square is equal to minus of Z2 minus Z3 whole square, because I square is minus 1. So this will include both plus or minus I. Okay, so this is the condition. But if this is not there in the options, I'll tell you how to get the option. But this is also one of the possible answers. In fact, it can be given as a more than one answer question where this is one option and what the present question option is another one. Okay. From here, how to get the other one? I think most of the options are z1 minus z2 whole square. Okay. Start with z1 minus z2 whole square. I can write this z1 minus z2 as z1 minus z3 minus z2 minus z3. Z3 will cancel. I'll get z1 minus z2 back. But what is a minus b whole square? A square plus b square minus 2. When I expand this, I'll get z1 minus z3 whole square plus z2 minus z3 whole square minus 2 into z1 minus z3 into z2 minus z3. But this plus this is 0. That's what I proved here. Bring this one, something square plus something square. I got 0. So this became 0. And that is the answer. That's all done. Minus 2. Minus they might have not given because they might have kept minus inside. Z1 minus Z2 whole square is equal to Z1 minus Z3 into 2 into Z3 minus Z2. So take this minus inside. 2 into Z1 minus Z3 into Z3 minus Z2. Taking this minus inside. I also very strongly feel those who all these 6-7 months seriously prepared, okay, sincerely, they will have much better chances to get a very good rank compared to any other year. Why? When college is going on due to the peer pressure and class are going on, many people may study seriously. I mean, even otherwise they are not serious, but they're sitting in the college for 10 hours or 8 hours. They're listening to the classes. Okay. Okay. But during this COVID situation, only those are serious or sincere about studies, they are listening. Others are, they are putting on their video and we don't know what they're doing. After the classes, they may not be working and all that. Okay. So those who work sincerely, you should be very happy. Why? Because you have less competition. 10 lakh or 12 lakh people may be applied for the JEE Mains exam, let us say. Okay. Earlier, maybe 4 lakh people are in more touch with the subject because they're all attending physical classes. But now only hardly 2 lakh people are like that. Okay. Of course, those are serious in many places. Those are top rankers and all, they may be studying in spite of the COVID. Okay. I'm talking about when you come to, let's say, rank 30,000, 50,000, like that. In that range, many people have same capacity, but the sincerity is different. In a physical situation, due to the force of parents and always they're sitting for 8-10 hours, they're listening to the classes. Okay. And they are also in the competition, they are also in the race. But now, not all that people are studying seriously. Okay. So those who studied seriously, just go on seriously for next 2 months, you have much better chances. Okay. So don't think COVID is something bad. It is good for you. Those who are serious, it is actually good. You have more chances than any other batch. Okay. And you have little more time than any other batch also. At least your exams are, you are given 4 chances and they're shifted by 1 month. If you don't do well in February, you realize at that time why I wasted time, and you can work for next 2-3 months, and at least in May you can write. And I'm sure your advanced exam also compared to any other batch, at least 1 month postponed. Definitely it not be the same time. So you have a lot of time. And some people who are maybe serious, some of the situation is they're not able to prepare. At least in our hostel, we have some students, they're very serious, but they're in some remote places where they don't have good network. Okay. Even in cities also, we are facing problem in network. Imagine little remote villages, whatever. So even though they're serious, the secondary topics they're not able to hear. You may find some 1 or 2 lectures in YouTube, some random lectures, but not in a systematic way. So they're not able, and even that they're not able to access even. Okay. So in that way also, some people have a disadvantage in preparing it. Anyway, this have been completed, clear? Okay, let me discuss another method for this. I want to take I want to write this vector in terms of these two. Let us see if somebody can come up with something easily. I want to write AB bar in terms of AC bar. Okay. With what I should multiply? AC bar into what will give me AB bar? Online or offline? Anybody want to tell me? Take AC bar, you have to reach AB bar. For that, with what you should multiply?
Sir, root
You have to multiply with root 2, yes, correct, because this length is root 2 times this length. So I have to magnify by root 2 times. That is this length by this length, that is root 2. That's all or anything else? Anybody want to say anything? Either here, those are there, or online.
It is 45 degrees.
This is 45 degrees. Because this is 45 degrees, from AC bar, I have to go anti-clockwise 45 degrees. So into this 45, that's it. Okay. What is AB bar? OB minus OA. Z2 minus Z1. And what is AC? OC minus OA. Z3 minus Z1 into root is 45. Okay, good. Okay, CB bar is here. Of course, I can extend the direction if somebody wants. And I can even extend this. From CB bar, I want to get AC bar. Okay. So how can I write the same AB bar as CB bar into what? Okay. From this vector with this much magnitude, this is the direction. I have to get this much vector and this is the direction. Anyone want to tell anything? Huh? This 135. If I take this and rotate by 135, I'll not get this direction. I'll get this direction. I can put a minus. This is minus 45. From here, I have to put it clockwise 45 in the same direction. So it is, and root 2 also, because this length is root 2. So it is root 2 says minus 45. Okay. Now, what is this again? Z2 minus Z1 equal to Z3 minus Z1 into root 2 says minus 45. Multiply these two. What will come? Z2 minus Z1 whole square equal to, no, something I wrote, CB is wrong. What is CB? OB minus OC. This is also AC is OC is fine. And CB is Z2 minus Z3. Yeah. So when I multiply these two, Z3 minus Z1 into Z2 minus Z3, root 2 into root 2 is 2. Cis 45 into cis minus 45 is cis alpha into cis beta is cis 0 degrees. Cis alpha plus beta, 0 degrees, which is 1. Okay. So A minus B or B minus is same. So now we got the same answer. I can reverse this here. Z1 minus Z2 whole square. And my right side is 2 into, I have reverse of this and I have reverse of this. Okay. So reverse it. Z1 minus Z3 into Z3 minus Z2. Take a minus common here, minus common. One may say to this triangle, what about the other orientation? The down one. Then you'll get minus 45 here, plus 45 here, everything is same. Okay. Just other way. Okay. So in this method, we directly got the answer. Whereas in my previous method, we got some other answer and we adjusted it or changed. Of course, if you expand this and expand the other one, same thing. If you expand this and cancel whatever is possible, what you get is same ultimately.
Why can't we take cis 135, sir?
This 135 is for BA bar, not for AB bar. You want to take that, you put a minus here. Minus AB bar equal to what is it? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
It's about the direction. It's a ray, not just
Sir, once again,
AB.
say, sir.
Yes, anything else?
This 135 sir, once again, sir.
You take CB bar and rotate by 135, you will get BA bar, not AB bar. We want AB bar. That's why. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, in the rotation concept class, I want to tell this also that the time is over. Otherwise, this one question. This is a passes IIT question. Even in an IIT was subjective, they gave this question. They asked what is the condition. You want to take clockwise only, then it's 315 degrees. From here, you want to go to this direction, so it is 315. So minus 45, you can get 315. Then 315 plus 45, 360, and this 360 is 1 also. But not 225. Okay, so method 2, everybody clear, right? 164, I'm not going to discuss now. Actually, after the rotation concept class, I want to take one more class on rotation concept and tell something about concyclic. Some things are there, but I felt some people find it tough. But after finishing enough questions, I will tell. So 164, I'm going to skip for the time being. 165, I will tell. Okay, I'm going to erase this. Okay, 165. Sir already discussed about all the details argument of z minus z1 by z minus z2 equal to theta. We take different values of theta, what will happen? In the mains material also, we printed all the details thoroughly with the figures. Okay, how it is part of a circle, whether it's major part and minor part and all that. Okay, so here it is a circle equation. The reason this question is there, where they simply asked mod z minus 7 minus 9i, is because your final answer is a circle with exactly this center. Then you take any point of the circle, find distance, answer will be radius, right? Okay. Actually, if you understand all the details, you don't have to do anything. They give 2 points in the question, na? Substitute any one of them here, you will get the answer. Because this is a center, and those 2 points also should be points on this circle. Okay. If you understand. If you don't understand, I'll tell you all the details. Okay. So method 1, understand it is a circle, and they asked that particular question because the z is always at a constant distance from 7 plus 9i. Okay, and you can take any one of the given ones. So somebody can take 10 plus 6i minus 7 plus 9i. You'll get something. Or you can take 4 plus 6i minus 7 plus 9i. You'll get both, will give same answer, whatever it is. Method 2. I can try to do this from the figure itself, from 10 comma 6 and 4 comma 6, where they are. 4 comma 6 is here and 10 comma 6 is here. Okay. Okay. Actually, when you take this argument of z minus, z1 is 10 plus 6i by z minus z2 is 4 plus 6i is equal to 45 degrees. Okay. It is a major arc of a circle where you take any point on the circle, the chord joining these two will subtend 45 degrees. Because angle in a same segments are equal based on that only. When this is a part of a circle that was derived, right? What are the 2 points on that circle? 4 comma 6 and 10 comma 6. And this is these are in a horizontal line because they have same y coordinate. So this is your circle, major arc of a circle, where at any point it will subtend 45. That is sufficient for me to find center and radius. Why? If I take the center, this chord is subtending 45 here. At the center, how much it should subtend? Double of 45.
90
Yes.
degrees.
90 degrees. Okay. So this is 90 degrees. And if this is 90, this is 45 and this is 45. This is an isosceles triangle because this is the radius, this is the radius. This total is 90, so this is 45. This is a right angle isosceles triangle, 45, 45. If I draw this altitude, this is a right angle isosceles triangle, this is a right angle isosceles triangle, this total is also right angle isosceles triangle. This is 4 comma 6, this is 10 comma 6, so the midpoint is 7 comma 6. This is 3 units, this is 3 units, this is 3 units, this is 3 root 2, this is 3 root 2. From 7 comma 6, if you go 3 units above, what the center will be? So he gave 7 comma 9 already, but I don't have to, I can find from the figure only. Then what is the equation of this circle? Mod z minus center, which is 7 plus 9i, equal to radius, which is 3 root 2. So without himself in the question giving all the details, I know it is a circle, I know what is the center, what is the radius, and I'm able to write the equation. Okay, the previous one is somewhat like an objective one. You have some idea that it is circle and you substitute the point. Okay, you'll get 3 root. It is not a thorough explanation, but this one is thorough. You can see and everything in the figure. And method 3, sometimes even the question is very complicated, you take z as x plus y, everything come very easily. Here I can write argument of, I'll write z as x plus iy. When I write x plus iy, it is x minus 10 plus y minus 6 into I. This is x minus 4 plus y minus 6 into I is equal to 45 degrees. What is the argument of z1 by z2? Argument of z1 minus argument of z2. What is the argument of numerator? Tan inverse y minus 6 by x minus 10 minus tan inverse y minus 6 by x minus 4 is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, tan inverse of x plus iy, what is the argument? Tan inverse y by x, right? Okay. Tan inverse a minus tan inverse b, use the formula. Then tan, that's why we'll get tan 45 1 and simplify it. Directly we'll get the circle equation as x square plus y square minus 14x minus 18y. Then what will the constant will come? 49 plus 81 minus 9 to 18. This is 120, 130 minus 1112 equal to 0. Sorry, plus 1112. Yeah. So when you expand this and simplify by using inverse trigonometry formula, that tan a minus b, tan a minus tan b by 1 plus tan a tan b, all that you get this. And that can be written as x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 9 whole square equal to 3 root 2 whole square. Now we'll understand it is a circle with radius 3 root 2. Okay. Of course, all the 3 methods are important because this is a little common sense. This one gives a graphical idea, but instead of 45, it is 30 degrees. Still, you can do this, but may not be that easy. And this is 30, it will be 60. Then this will be 30, this will be 30. It will not be right angle triangle, but still isosceles, you can do it. Okay. And one more thing, because these are horizontal things become easy. What if this one is slant and your thing is like this? Still, you may get a right angle isosceles, but finding this will take little time. But this one, let it be 30 degrees also, not a problem. You apply tan, directly circle equation will come according to your coordinate geometry. Okay. Even the question is maybe complicated and you know rotation concept, this and all that. But best is simply put x plus iy, you'll get circle equation very easily. So sometimes after learning so much, better to use x plus iy only than anything else. But some questions we can use rotation concept.
Sir, once explain method 2, sir.
Method 2, are you clear about argument of z minus z1 by z minus z2 equal to theta? will
Yeah.
give you a part of a circle. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because if you have doubts about that, you will not understand. Okay. So you know that it is part of a circle where you take Z and Z1, Z and Z2 when you join, the angle between them is theta. That theta is 45 degrees. It is a major arc of a circle. If a chord is subtending theta here at the center, it will subtend 2 theta. Because this is 45, this is 90, this total. And if this total is 90, this is 45, this is 45. This is radius. So this total is a right angle isosceles triangle because this is 90 and the two radius are equal. When you draw the altitude, this is one right angle isosceles triangle, this is another right angle isosceles triangle. This is 4,6, this is 10,6. So the midpoint is 7,6. This is 3 units because 7 minus 4 is 3, 10 minus 7 is 3. Because this is 3, this is 3, this should be 3. From 7,6, if you go 3 units up, my center will be 7,9. And this is 3 means radius is 3 root 2. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Instead of upper major arc, there will be down also one major arc will be there, na? Okay. What will be the center of that? Now I'm not talking about minor arc. There is another big major arc here. Instead of going 3 units up, go 3 units down. It will be 7,3. Same radius, right? How will you know this one is the upper semicircle or lower semicircle? That is lower major arc or upper major arc? Because for doing this method, you should know that one or this one, because otherwise center will be something else. Here you don't have to worry. This is let them give 135 degrees, minus 45 degrees, 30, 60, minus 60. Anything will just do it, right?
The angle is between 90 to 180, then it is lower major.
Let us say I put 4 plus 6i here, 10 plus 6i here. Which is lower, which is upper? It will be a little problem, right? It is not that angle is this is lower and angle is upper. It also depends on what about if it is oriented. What about these two are in a vertical line? One is right and one is left. Which one is upper? Which one is lower? Okay. Of course, here also you'll have one problem. What is that? Instead of 45, if I give minus 135, also you'll get same thing because what is tan minus 135 plus 1 only, right? Okay. That is because when it is minus 135, it is small minor arc. Okay, it includes both. Actually, the full circle is not the locus because it's part of the circle only. Because part of the circle cannot have separate equation we write like that. Anyway, that is not good. Okay, I'm going to erase all this. Okay, still I not told you how to decide upper and lower because I'm planning to tell about rotation more. At that time I'll discuss. Okay, 166. They gave 2 vertices of a triangle and they're asking the third vertex. No, what is it? Circumcenter is given. One vertex is one. Oh, this is a very simple question, nothing difficult. 1 comma minus 2 and 2 comma 1. Where are they in exact figure? This is 1 comma minus 2 or 1 minus 2i in complex numbers. This is 2 comma 1 or in complex numbers 2 plus I. There is an equilateral triangle. It has a circumcircle. This is a circumcenter. This is one vertex. What is this and what is this? They're asking. They can ask this in coordinate geometry also. Okay. Even for example, in 2D geometry, they can ask this. This point is A comma B. Same length, but perpendicular to that 90 degrees. What is this point? They can ask now. Okay. This question we can do by parametric form somehow. Okay. But according to the complex numbers, it is a very easy question, silly question. Why? This is A comma B, this is A plus IB. I have to rotate by 90. So a plus ib into I. What is that? Minus b plus a. So this quantity is minus b comma a. Right? Of course, this is origin. What if it is not origin? Then also they can ask. This is 2 comma 3. This is some 7 comma 9. These two lengths are equal. What is this? They can ask this question in coordinate geometry, right? Then we'll use parametric forms generally. We know what is the slope of this. From that we'll find what is the slope of this, and then distance. We'll use x1 plus r cos theta and y1 plus r sin theta. But all that is a time waste. Use complex numbers, use rotation concept, just like that you can do, right? So rotation concept in complex numbers has an advantage in some questions, including your coordinate geometry question. Okay, now coming to this, it is very simple. Take this, rotate by this 120, will get this. Rotate this by 240 degrees or minus 120, will get this. That's it, right? Okay, that's all. Okay, so this is they're called Z1. Let me call this as Z2, this is Z3, this is P, this is A, this is B, this is C. From figure I can say PB bar is equal to PA bar into cis 120 degrees. Take this and rotate by 120 will get this. What is PB bar? OB minus OP. OB Z2 minus OP is 1 minus 2I is equal to PA OA minus OP, which is 2 plus I minus 1 minus 2I into cis 120. What is cis 120? Minus 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2. Okay, so Z2 minus 1 minus 2I. What is this? 2 minus 1, 1 plus 3I into minus 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2. How is the answer given? They gave I part separate. Okay, so it expand everything. So Z2 is 1 minus 2I. When I open this, it will be minus 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2. This into this is minus 3 by 2I. This into this is minus 3 root 3 by 2. Okay, so all this put together, 1 and minus of is 1 by 2. This is a minus 3 root 3 by 2. I, this is there, and these two together is minus 7 by 2. So if I take I common, minus 7 by 2 plus root 3 by 2. Root 3 minus 7 by 2, option A or something. Okay, that is Z2. If you want Z3, instead of turning 120 anti-clockwise, you can turn clockwise. So you'll get one more minus, accordingly you can write answer yourself. Okay. So PC bar is PA bar into cis minus 120. And PC is OC minus OP. So which is Z3 minus 1 minus 2I. This is PA directly, I'll write 1 plus 3I into minus 1 by 2 minus I root 3 by 2. Correct, is 240 or is minus 120? Expand that, we'll get another answer. I might as well write it. Z3 into 1 minus 2I plus, when I multiply with this, minus of minus I root 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2I plus 3 root 3 by 2. One minus of plus 3 root 3 by 2 plus I into minus 2 is minus 7 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. Okay, some of you may not be able to see some part, don't worry, you can simplify by yourself. Okay, good that in the beginning I explained rotation concept and using vectors because we are using other places. Anybody has any doubt regards list out questions. Dhanush, you're able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody is doing any research on time or something? Okay, at least upper part I can erase, right? Okay, 167, 168, 169, all these three questions. Log of a complex number, it has to be properly defined, and there is some problem will be there with that. So officially log of a complex number, they don't ask in mains or advanced exam, not in the syllabus. Long time back, something like 1995, 96, they asked in MCET. After that, they never asked. Okay, maybe at that time it used to be there in the syllabus. Okay, I don't remember. I studied my intermediate is from 1993 to 95. Okay, so I remember in my MCET some question, not remember. I seen that in 1995 some question is there. After that, they never gave. Okay, so I don't want this question to be there in the material. But what happens is in other books you may find. Okay, and many people this something happens, but it's unfortunate. In some colleges, okay, some teachers they teach some questions just because they like them and they're different from the usual questions. But as long as they're not there in the syllabus, it's all useless. Okay, okay, especially in corporate colleges, these kind of questions they teach and they give in the exam. Okay, so you may see some question like that. You may think this is not taught to us. That's why we kept. Otherwise, these two questions are useless. Frankly, okay. But how to do is very simple. I, you can write it as is 90 degrees. And this 90 degrees means is pi by 2. You can write it as e power I pi by 2. Right? Now log I. Log of this, what will come? I pi by 2, right? That's it, done. Okay. And it's a very simple why I told so much about all these things. I can you write sys 90, right? But you can also write sys at 360. Sys 450 degrees also okay. Sys 450 also sys 90 only. Okay. But that will not be pi by 2. It will be 5 pi by 2. Then answer will become I into 5 pi by 2. Does it mean these two are equal? I pi by 2 and I into 5 by 2 are they equal? They are not equal, right? Okay. Then we are writing. Okay. Because of these ambiguities, log of a complex number has to be properly defined. Understand now? It's not like your regular log. Okay. Because the regular log is a real function. Okay. This is complex number. That's the ambiguity I'm talking about. Okay. 168. They wanted log of log a. Okay. The inner log I already we know it is I pi by 2. And log AB is log A plus log B. Okay. Log I plus log pi by 2. And what is that log I? Again I pi by 2. Okay. So log of log I is I pi by 2 plus log pi by 2. There's a lot of problem here. Log AB is log A plus log B. We proved in real numbers. Is it proved in complex numbers? That is another problem. Okay. And what do you mean by complex number? Power a complex number. It will be a little issue. Okay. We don't even know, first of all, a real number or real number, what does it mean? Okay, I'm sure I might have talked about it sometime or other. Like if you ask a power 5, everybody will say it is a into a 5 times. What is the big deal? But if I ask it is a power 2.37, it not, doesn't mean it is a into 2.37. Still somebody may say I'll write 237 by 100. I'll write a power 1 by 100 whole power 237. I'll multiply this 237 times. Okay, nothing wrong. But I'll give an irrational number 2.35 bar, 2.35353535, non-terminating, non-repeating. Not even that. I'll write an irrational number 357 something, non-terminating, non-repeating. Then what will you say? Okay. So we don't even know a real number for real number only the meaning. What is speak of complex number for complex number? Then how can you even talk about log? Okay. So because of these things, these are not discussed at this level. They are discussed at higher level. Okay. Somebody is not able to see the upper part. Okay. 169. Okay, somebody could not see this. This is equal to sys pi by 2, which is equal to e power I pi by 2. Okay, 169, they want argument of I into log of a plus ib by a minus ib. Okay, I am going to take let a equal to r cos theta, b equal to r sin theta. Let me simplify I into log of a plus ib by a minus ib. Basically, I'm converting into mod amplitude form, nothing great, mod amplitude form. I into log of, this will be r into cis theta after putting this will be r into cis minus theta. R will cancel, we'll get I into log, cis theta by cis minus theta is cis 2 theta. I into log of cis 2 theta, you can write e power I into 2 theta. This I into 2 theta can come out. It is I into 2 theta, which is minus 2 theta, I square. And what is theta when you divide these two? Tan theta is b by a. And theta is tan inverse b by a. So it is minus 2 tan inverse b by a. Okay, something wrong. Oh, it's a, you don't have to write all that. You just leave it, or you want to write it also, not a big issue. Minus 2 tan inverse b by a. After all, it is a real number. For a real number, argument is 0. Of course, 0 or pi depends on negative real number, positive real number. That is also there. There is no option. 0 or pi, both are correct, because this is basically a real number. Okay, this whole thing is a real number. Actually, without writing, you can say that. You know why? This whole thing is some complex number. It will be in the form of e power I theta, some I theta. I don't want to write all these things. This is will be, of course, R will get cancelled. Okay. You have to understand it is a complex number is magnitude 1. Then it is e power I theta. Log and e will cancel, I theta will come. I into I theta will be I square theta, which is minus theta, which is a real number. That much only. Okay. So we don't have to know exactly what is almost same thing only we're done anyway. For a real number, argument can be 0 or pi, depending on negative real number or positive real number. Both are correct. Pi is not there in the options, so 0 is there. So argument of real number equal to 0 or pi. Okay. Now for next 15 minutes, I don't want anybody to log out, but I want you to give time for you to try the questions. Okay. So we'll be doing advanced material tomorrow. Now you can do rest of the numerical questions or in mains material, any backlogs you have, or you can do even numbers in advanced material. Is it clear, everyone? Especially those are in online. Don't think class is over. Okay. In fact, for senior SB from last 4 days, they're in the class. I'm not teaching anything. They will try the questions. Okay. Only once in a while for 10 minutes only I discuss doubts. Okay. So it is very important that you should have enough time to try. Okay. So don't log out, stay and try the question.